Hey guys, it's Thursday at 10 o'clock. I don't know why I always tell you the time because I don't think any of you actually care about the time. I know I just did an update yesterday, but there's a couple of things that I didn't talk about that I wanted to talk about, so I thought I would just do a really quick continued update from yesterday. One of the things, someone just left me a message, and that's kind of what reminded me. My partner and I were in Starbucks, and it's more about the pronoun stuff. We were in Starbucks, and she was ordering these, like, coffee things to go or whatever, and I don't know, blah, 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 all this irrelevant stuff around the story. But I've been going to this Starbucks for a really long time, and so they all know me there, and but they all know me as a female, and they all know me, like, prior to my name change. So they're all just kind of getting used to my new name, even though it's not new. I've had it almost a year, so I guess it's not that new. Anyways, so the woman working said something about why didn't you say that you were a friend, and Susie said, but I'm not a friend, and the Starbucks worker said, but you're a friend of hers, and pointed to me, and Susie said, and this is like the most amazing thing, this like just totally knocked me on my ass. Susie said, you mean he. And in that moment, I was just like, it was awesome. It was really, really awesome. I felt like she really, really showed up for me in that moment, and I just was so appreciative. And the Starbucks person said, he, and looked at me, and I said, yeah, I'm transitioning. And it was very matter of fact, because it is very matter of fact for me. And Starbucks worker said, oh, all right. You still don't want foam on your latte or something like that. Like, it just kind of continued on. And then I went in yesterday, and that same worker was working, and she said, she goes, she thought she knew the drink that I wanted, so she started to make it, and I said, oh no, this is what I get. And she said, who are you? And I smiled, and I said, that is the question. And she laughed, and so we chatted a little bit about the transition. She said, how's that going? I don't know anything about that. So we talked about that a little bit. So I just kind of wanted to share that story because I guess I wanted to document and kind of put it out there that my partner is amazing, and sometimes I forget that, and sometimes I get caught up in my own shit, in my own space, in my own head, and so when things like that happen, I want to make sure to acknowledge them because it's really, really important. And I don't think that I could have gone through this process as proudly as I have, and with the amount of courage that I have, if I didn't have Susie's support. So I just want to put that out there. And then the other thing, on Tuesday, I was riding my bike to support group, and these kids, they threw something, and I showed my bike a while ago, but I ride a single speed, and it's really, really, really light, and it's like all stripped down, so there's nothing on it, so it probably weighs, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6, 7 pounds max, and it only has a front brake, and so I was riding pretty fast, and these kids threw whatever, I don't even know what it was, and it hit my front tire, and it caused me to jerk my wheel forward, and I like totally Superman flew over the front of the bike, and miraculously I wasn't injured at all, except I hit the concrete, the pavement, on my hands, and so both of my wrists are swollen and really, really sore. My right one I broke when I was a kid, and it's pretty jacked up. It's all swollen and can't really move it very well, and it's not broke or anything, it's just like a strain, or sprain, or strain. It could be either one, a strain or a sprain. But I just was like, so I went to, I continued on to support group, and of course I might have confronted the kids a little bit, and I might have called one of them a fucking punk. That's bad because I work with kids and I know better than to use that sort of language, but damn it, I was pissed, and they could have really hurt me, and so I feel very lucky, but I was also irritated with him, and then so I was talking about it in group, and then it was just like I just shifted perspectives, and I mentioned in my video yesterday that there's like just fires everywhere around here, and people are losing their houses, and then I was able in that moment to put in perspective that I wasn't injured, and yes, I could have been, but I could also walk out and get hit by a bus. A lot of things could happen. It doesn't mean that I should operate from a place of anger, because all these things could happen. So I was able to really shift my perspective and get a little bit more centered around the bigger picture of things, and that I'm very blessed in my life and very loved, and so, I wrecked on my bike. Big deal. I come home to a loving partner and my wonderful animals, and I have a great family, and I have great friends, and I have a house that's not burnt to the ground, and I'm not being touched by tragedy every single day. So I guess I just wanted to put that energy out in the world around that. I'm pretty thankful. And even when, fucked up things happen, and I have a belief system that things happen in threes. And so the bike thing happened on Tuesday. On Monday, I was doing something and I hit my head on a cabinet or a counter so hard that it cracked my head open. It was bleeding a little bit, and it actually knocked me out. And so I figure I have one more thing coming, and I hope that it's not too bad, and that I survive and make it through, and minimal amount of blood and stitches or cast, or hope I'm not putting bad energy out right now about that, but I know that I have one more thing to go through, and it's all right. So I don't know if you just heard the helicopter go over. They're flying, they're dumping fire retardant and water and different stuff. And as I was sitting here, I was listening to my dog, and she's wheezing. The smoke is it's horrible around here. It's air quality is, I don't know, it's on a number scale, and it's really, really, really high, and you're not supposed to be outside. You're not supposed to be doing anything. So, okay, that's it. What time is it? I have to get out of here soon. Time for me to go to Starbucks and get my morning coffee. Hope everyone is well, and I'll see y'all soon.